Hey everyone, Diavolo here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the flashiest and the most flamboyant character in all of Demon Slayer. This man here is so confident and powerful that he proclaims himself to literally be a god. This here is no one else than the master of sound himself, the strongest Hashira, Tengen Uzui. But just before we get into Tengen, if you are new around here and want to watch other anime content just like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and also be sure to leave a like on the video as well, as it really helps out with the algorithm and pushes my stuff to a bunch of new amazing people. Also, there's going to be spoilers in this video, so you should probably watch out for those. But anyway, enough of that, let's get into this video. So who is Tengen Uzui? Well, Tengen was one of 9 siblings, and before he became a demon slayer and then after that a Hashira, he was originally a shinobi or a ninja, which according to Gyutaro, one of the upper rank Kazuki, all shinobi were meant to have died out during the Edo period in Japan. This here gives Tengen a completely different mindset to absolutely everyone else inside of the Demon Slayer corps. While young, his family, because they were shinobi, had traditionally valued completing the mission over all else, along with a variety of other ideals that he grew up to know as normal, like considering someone dead if they disappeared throughout a mission or had not made it to the rendezvous. Because of the cruel nature of his family, Tengen decided to reject the ideology that his father and remaining brother had chosen to live by. Now, he believes that his subordinates, whether they be his wives or the demon slayers under his command, should value their lives and the lives of the innocents over their mission or his own life. He especially holds Kagaya Yubishiki in high regard as someone he is specifically thankful to for showing him something worth actually risking his life for. Because of his past, Uzui is very demanding of others, often treating the demon slayers very harshly and constantly insulting them for having no substance, even though that isn't necessarily his intention. When we first meet Tengen at the beginning of the entertainment district, he comes across as an extremely eccentric and flashy individual, always wanting to be flamboyant. He seemed to be extremely arrogant and would often boastfully talk about himself. However, Tengen also has a caring side that is masked under his flamboyant facade. One, he only shows to those that are extremely close to him, most notably his 3 wives, Makio, Suma, and Hinatsuru. Oh yeah, I probably should mention that he is a complete and utter Sigma Lord who is literally dripped out in diamonds and gold, not to mention the fact that he has like 3 wives. Like 3 wives, man, like damn chill, dude. Zenitsu's out here struggling to get 1 and this man's got like 3. But Tengen usually puts on a confident front to keep up with his boastful personality, being steadfast, strong, and resolute even when he's losing or dying, literally to the point that in the midst of battle, Tanjiro was reminded of Kyojuro and saw his image imitating through the aura coming from Tengen. A huge reason for this front that Tengen puts up is possibly due to the fact that he actually has some kind of inferiority complex, as when he was told that in comparison to the other Hashira Gyutaro had killed, he was actually special, with Gyutaro even stating that he bet he was special since birth. This extremely angered Tengen, and a telltale sign of someone with an inferiority complex is the refusal to participate in competitive events for fear of being compared to others. They may also in some scenarios attempt to overcompensate for whatever perceived deficiency they have by behaving in an excessively competitive manner. In other cases, they may act aggressively towards others, which is literally what Tengen does throughout his time in the story. Even though he's considered extremely good looking, he still overcompensates himself by wearing a plethora of flashy clothing and jewellery. And just as another nail in the coffin, it is further proven by the fact that he completely denies the possibility that he was blessed with talent, and that he tells himself that he will never become someone as great as Kyojuro. Random fact about the beautiful man himself: out of every single demon slayer that is known to us in the story, both Inosuke and Tengen are the only 2 slayers to actually have Nichiren swords instead of just a singular blade like everyone else.
I meant to say dual Nichiren swords, silly me.
With Tengen being a Hashira of the Demon Slayer Corps, this automatically makes him one of the most powerful and skilled swordsmen in the entire corps. As I said just before, Tengen uses dual nurturing cleavers which are connected by a chain, and using these cleavers he displayed his unparalleled swordsmanship during his battle with Gyutaro, even managing to adapt to the upper rank's estranged fighting style. To complement his large blades, Tengen carries dozens of black beads that create large explosions with the slightest of impacts. Surprisingly, they are even capable of harming the bodies of upper ranked demons. Tengen uses a breathing style that he himself created that combines his heightened senses of hearing, his musical score technique, shinobi expertise, and anti-demon bombs. This style he called sound breathing, and is where he gets the moniker of the Sound Hashira from. Throughout the story we see him use a variety of different abilities and techniques that show off his raw strength and speed. The first of these three named forms that we see from Tengen is called First Form Raw. This ability is extremely powerful as it creates a ferocious force when Tengen slams his swords down, while at the exact same time creating an explosion with his anti-demon bombs which help in dealing grievous physical damage to the target. The ability gives off the sound resembling a rumble of thunder or a strike of lightning as a result. The second of the three forms that we see Tengen use is his fourth form, Constant Resounding Slashes. This form is more of a defensive ability with a slightly offensive counterattack. When Tengen spins in a rapid repetition while simultaneously releasing his bombs, it creates a massive defensive explosion that can also damage someone if they are within range of the bombs. The third and final of Tengen's forms that we know is his fifth form, String Performance. With String Performance, Tengen holds one of his blades in a reverse style grip and swings the other blade, which is held up by the chain connecting the cleavers in a spinning motion. This, coupled with also releasing a huge amount of his bombs, can cause immense destructive damage paired with the physical damage caused by spinning the cleaver. What makes Tengen even stronger again though is that he grew up as a shinobi. His style of fighting in general is much more technical than most, and his senses are leagues sharper than anyone else's, especially his hearing, which is like literally broken, being able to somehow hear through the ground or over extremely long distances. Because of his enhanced hearing abilities, Tengen was able to learn both the musical score technique and echolocation. Echolocation is as it says in the name, it's literally like echolocation. When trying to find the location of a battle underground, Tengen analyzes the sound that gets reflected and resonated through the air by the walls of the caverns. When he does this, he can accurately locate where he needs to go and is even able to guess the number of people inside the tunnels by listening to the sound bouncing from their physical bodies. Musical score technique is super interesting. In conjunction with his sound breathing, Tengen analyzes combat maneuvers and deconstructs the rhythm of his enemies' attacks into sound and reads them like sheet music, to the point every fight becomes a song. He then takes advantage of this technique and listens for so-called repeated phrases. He then can attack between beats and during the rests, almost as if he was dancing with his opponent and striking whenever there is any kind of opportunity. I think this also just comes with the territory, but Tengen is extremely stealthy and has an extreme resistance to poisons. He moves so silently that he does not make a single sound nor disturb the ear. His stealth allowed him to evade the senses of both Tanjiro and Inosuke, both of which have heightened senses. He again shows off his sneakiness when Tengen was able to sneak up on and decapitate Daki, an upper ranked demon, without her even noticing for like a few seconds before her head fell into her hands. Tengen has a crazily high resistance to poisons, to the point where he could continue fighting while under the effects of poison from Gyutaro, and not for just a short while, but for nearly the entire fight. And when he finally does succumb to the effects, it was all just a complete ruse he purposely set up, so that Tengen could match and perfect his musical score technique, making him able to slow his heartbeat so much that it would stop pumping the poison around his body. Another random fact about the Drip God himself is that he is one of only 2 Hashira to ever retire due to being permanently disabled, instead of just simply death or old age. The other was Jigoro, or Zenitsu's teacher, who had lost his leg back in his days as the previous Thunder Hashira. Well, that finally brings us to the very end of today's video. I absolutely love just how damn cool Tengen is, and I personally feel like his character really makes the arc that he is a part of one of the best in the entire story. And that being said, if you do want to catch up on the entire entertainment district of Demon Slayer, then do be sure to check out my video where I literally like go over the entire arc itself in pretty mad detail. But anyway, it would have been nice if he was like able to stay around a little bit longer before he did retire, as I would have like absolutely loved to see some more from him just in general, and like even possibly even find out what his other forms could have been. But at least what we have gotten from him is just absolutely amazing, and I can definitely rate Tengen as one of, if not my favorite Hashira. If you guys do have a favorite, then be sure to let me know down in the comments section below, and I can possibly go over all of them in an upcoming video. If you do want to recommend me any videos or make any like manga suggestions for me to get into as well, then do be sure to check out the Discord, which I will leave a link to down in the description below. And also, if you guys do enjoy my content as well and want to watch other stuff just like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to leave a like on the video, as it really helps out with the algorithm and pushes my stuff to a bunch of new amazing people. But anyway, enough of that. For now, it's been your professional degenerate, Diavolo, and I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.